Welcome. In this e-learning module, I shall demonstrate and make you understand how to create counterbore holes in top plate for the precision shoulder bolts. In the previous lesson, we assembled the precision shoulder bolts and the stripper springs. We had also adjusted the length of all the plates. Observe there is interference between the precision shoulder bolts and the top plate. By creating counterbore holes for precision shoulder bolts, we can avoid this interference. Right-click on the top plate and open it in the new window. Create a position sketch on the top surface of the top plate. Sketch two horizontal infinite lines using the infinite line command. Sketch two vertical infinite lines using the infinite line command. Convert the infinite lines to the construction element. Sketch points at the intersection of the construction lines. These points are the center points for the counterbore holes. Create dimensions for the edge distances of counterbore holes. To start with, let's update all the edge distance dimensions to 50 mm. Make sure the sketch is fully constrained and exit the sketcher workbench. Swap the window to the punch assembly. Right-click on the shoulder bolt and open it in the new window. Measure the diameter of the shoulder bolt's shank. The measured dia is 16 mm. Measure the diameter of the shoulder bolt's head. The measured dia is 24 mm. Swap the window to the top plate. Let's create a counterbore hole on the points. Pick a point on the top surface of the top plate. Pick the hole command. Change the hole extension type from blind to up to last. Enter 16 mm as the hole dia. Note the counterbore hole dia and the precision shoulder bolt shank dia should be the same. We need to guide the precision shoulder bolt in this counterbore hole. Change the hole type from simple to counterbore. The hole standard should be no standard. Update the counterbore depth to 20 mm. We will finalize this later. The counterbore diameter should be more than the precision shoulder bolt's head dia. Remember, the precision shoulder bolt's head dia is 24 mm. Let's enter 26 mm as the counterbore diameter. Click on Preview, make sure the hole is getting created, and then click on OK. Apply a user pattern to the counterbore hole and create all the counterbore bowls. Swap the window to the punch assembly. Measure the distance between the counterbore hole axis and the corresponding threaded holes axis on the stripper plate. The measured distance is 59.31 mm. Click on Customize. Select Components, pick on Apply, and then OK. Observe the distance in the X direction is 30, and the distance in the Y direction is 50. Let's make a note of these dimensions. Swap the window to the top plate. Edit the sketch defining the position of the counterbore holes. Add 30 mm to the x-axis edge distance. Add 50 mm to the y-axis edge distance. Swap the window to the punch assembly. Observe the shoulder bolt is positioned inside the counterbore hole. Pick the sectioning command. Pick Volume Cut on the Result tab. Observe the shoulder bolt is positioned inside the counterbore hole. Swap the window to the top plate. Edit the sketch defining the position of the counterbore holes. The counterbore holes are positioned symmetrically. Update the edge distance dimensions appropriately. Swap the window to the punch assembly. Pick the sectioning command. Pick Volume Cut on the Result tab. Pick OK. Measure the distance between the counterbore's bottom surface and the bottom surface of the precision shoulder bolt's head. The measured distance is 0 mm. There should be a gap of 5.15 mm. This gap should always be equal to the stripper stroke. Remember, during the spring design, we had calculated the stripper stroke as 5.15 mm. Swap the window to the top plate. Add 5.15 mm to the counterbore depth. Swap the window to the punch assembly. Measure the distance between the counterbore's bottom surface and the bottom surface of the precision shoulder bolt's head. The measured distance is 5.15 mm. This distance is the stripper stroke. Delete the section. Set the view to isometric and fit all in. Swap the window to the top plate. Set the view to isometric and fit all in. Click on File, Save All, and save all the modified documents. With this, we have successfully created counterbore holes in top plate for the precision shoulder bolts. That's all in this e-learning module. Thanks.